Welcome to the CCN News Desk. Today we're talking about concealed carry, firearms, and reciprocity laws in Washington. Washington, home to the birthplace of Starbucks. Now hey guys, remember this is not legal advice. Please consult your state's official government website prior to acting on anything stated in this broadcast. And as always, for the most up-to-date information, please visit Washington's reciprocity map on concealedcoalition.com. Let's kick it off with our first question. Kate?
Does Washington recognize constitutional carry? Basically, does Washington allow you to carry a gun without a permit? No. Unfortunately, constitutional carry is illegal in Washington. Does Washington allow open carry of guns? You can legally open carry without a license in Washington as long as you're at least 21 years old and allowed to possess a gun. Is concealed carry legal in Washington? Concealed carry is legal for residents that have a concealed pistol license. How difficult is it to obtain a carry permit in Washington? Washington is a shall-issue state. In shall-issue states, applicants who meet the basic requirements set by the issuing authority are issued a permit, meaning the applicants cannot be denied a permit so long as they meet the criteria.
Can you carry a concealed handgun in a vehicle in Washington? Yes, when in possession of a Washington concealed pistol license. Can you carry a concealed firearm at roadside rest areas in Washington? Yes, only if you have a Washington concealed pistol license. Can you carry a concealed firearm in state and national parks, state and national forests, and wildlife management areas in Washington? Yes, only if you have a Washington concealed pistol license. Can you carry a concealed firearm in bars and restaurants that serve alcohol in Washington? You can only if you have a permit. However, concealed carry is not allowed in bars or the bar area of restaurants. Can you carry or possess a firearm on hotel property in Washington? Washington gun laws don't specifically address guns at hotels. Contact the hotel to inquire about its concealed carry policy ahead of time. Do you have a duty to notify a police officer that you're carrying a concealed firearm in Washington? No, you don't, but we recommend notifying the police officer in the spirit of cooperation and proper concealed carry etiquette. Are no weapons allowed signs enforced in Washington? No, they are not. You know you're from Washington when what?
What?
When one of your passions is recycling.
What are Washington's state citizens' least favorite two letters?
What?
DC. How many states recognize my Washington permit? 14 states recognize full reciprocity in Washington, and 14 states recognize reciprocity with restrictions in Washington. Where can't I carry a concealed firearm in Washington? Since this question varies from county to county, we recommend you check your local government's website and visit the Washington Reciprocity Map on concealedcoalition.com for the most up-to-date information. What is the legal age for handgun purchase and concealed carry permit in Washington? The minimum age is 21 years old. Can I bring my concealed firearm to another state when I visit? Yes. Washington shares reciprocity with 28 additional states. Please refer to the concealedcoalition.com's reciprocity maps for more information.
Does Washington have any red flag laws? It does. Law enforcement or an immediate family member of a person can file with the court to issue an extreme risk protection order prohibiting you from buying, owning, or receiving a firearm. Does Washington state law define brandishing? There is no definition of brandishing in Washington law. However, it's unlawful to unreasonably aim a gun at someone. It is also unlawful for any person to carry, exhibit, display, or draw any firearm, dagger, sword, knife, or other cutting instrument, club, or any weapon apparently capable of producing bodily harm in a manner, under circumstances, and at a time or place that either manifests an intent to intimidate another person or warrants alarm for the safety of other persons. Does Washington have laws regarding carrying a concealed firearm while using alcohol or chemical substances? This is not addressed in state laws, but as a responsible firearm owner, you should not use your gun under the influence of alcohol or drugs. Does Washington issue concealed carry licenses to non-residents? Yes, it does. Why can't you compare Washington state and Florida?
Why?
Because it'd be like comparing apples and oranges.
In Seattle, you haven't had enough coffee until what?
What?
You can thread a sewing machine while it's running. Can you concealed carry weapons and other handguns in Washington with a concealed carry license? No, the state's CPL does not permit weapons other than handguns. Is it legal to own a taser or stun gun in Washington? Yes, stun guns and tasers are legal to purchase and possess for self-defense without a license. Is it legal to buy or use chemical spray or pepper spray in Washington? Yes, anyone who is at least 14 years old can buy and use them. Does Washington have magazine capacity restrictions for handguns? Handguns cannot exceed more than 10 rounds. Does Washington have ammunition restrictions? Washington does not have a restriction on ammunition.
Does Washington allow the public to access concealed carry registry information through public records law? No, the public has no access to Washington's concealed carry database. Is a permit required to purchase a handgun in Washington? No, a permit is not required to purchase a handgun in Washington. However, purchasers of semi-automatic rifles are required to show proof of attending a firearm training program. Are background checks required for private gun sales in Washington? Yes, private buyers and sellers must conduct a firearms transaction through a federally licensed firearms dealer. Do handguns need to be registered in Washington? No. However, retail dealers must record and report all pistol sales to the local police or sheriff's office and to the State Department of Licensing. What is the minimum age to possess and transport a handgun in Washington? You must be at least 18 years old to possess or transport a handgun in Washington.
Well, that's all the time we have for you today. Thanks for tuning into CCN, your Concealed Coalition Network, helping you protect what matters most. I'm Kate.
And I'm Sam.
And remember to be a guardian always and a warrior when needed.